Now let's calculate stratified and adjusted estimates in the source population. Again, it's in the unmatched scenario. So looking back again at the target population. Now we want to look at the odds ratio just among males, so ignore the females. What's the odds ratio? Hit the pause button, and when you're ready, we will continue. The odds ratio among males is 10. Remember, the crude odds ratio was 33. So for males, it's 10. For females, it's also 10. So we're calculating the odds ratio using the data from females and ignoring males. So now we have stratum-specific odds ratios that are 10 for males and 10 for females, but when we combine them together, it's 33. So we can calculate the adjusted odds ratio. You've seen this formula before, so you can use it again. Or you can use SAS, and you can calculate the adjusted odds ratio. This will be the adjusted odds ratio that is adjusting for sex. So if you're assuming the sex is a confounder, we would like to adjust for it. So we know there is no interaction by sex because the odds ratio for males is 10 and females is 10. So these two stratum-specific odds ratios, when we are comparing them, they are not different. So we do not have interaction or effect measure modification by sex. So we can move on and look at confounding. So you calculated the crude and adjusted odds ratio. The question now is, do they differ by more than 10%? If they do, then there is confounding by sex, and we want to report the adjusted odds ratio. If they're not too different, then we can go ahead and report the crude odds ratio. And it is assuming that there are no other variables that we need to worry about. So how do we compare the crude and adjusted odds ratio to determine whether there is confounding by sex? This is a simple formula you can use in SAS. You enter the odds ratio, the adjusted, and in this case, for example, is 2.8467. And then you enter the crude, like in this case, 2.7885. And then you run this code. If you get a yes, that means there is confounding, and you want to report the adjusted odds ratio. If you get no, that means there is no confounding, and you can go ahead and use the crude odds ratio so that you're more parsimonious. You do not want to add variables unless it's necessary.